Today I bring you a world-burning snack fighter, December 8th, 1941. The day after the Japanese attack start to be Philippines, U.S. Far Eastern Air Force at MiG. This one of the two habitats of war for the Jap. If the attack on Pearl Harbor showing the Japanese amazing shooting percentages from the lightning striker, then the Philippine reflects the superior performance of temporary fighter jets take off in then fly about 5 U.S. fighter jets stationed been patrolling the air. There is no shadow of the Jap. Just before this time, many Japanese fighters and bombers piloted P-40 take. Due to the flexibility of P-40P, it's just vulnerable in front of U.S. commanders at the base. Don't believe can fly. The fact is that there are air stations. The range it is of great significance. Chenges means a longer attack range, and the voyage of zero battles reach 3,100. Zero war can be carried out for and have air combat is at this time the air base where the U.S. military. This makes them have to. The smoke from the explosion has not 34 Japanese zero start strafing Clark Air Force. Japanese pilots with machine guns strafing entire and in the undamaged U.S. fighter. In the end, there were only 4 successful. The rest are in the process. Was destroyed by Jap. The protagonist of the film, Mizushima, has always longed to be able to fly because of the pursue using corporal punishment to shape soldier. Ice fields can't stand this kind of trapeze, so the two planned to escape the barrack. But on the way, met David of the Hensu Air Force. Under the two returned. So they started the hard training again. Tested and trained, wished to get on the path, and the test results of the dumplings became a logistician. April, the oily water island at the end of the train. Yesterday, Lieutenant Tang Yi. During a training set, the action of verticals swirling at high speed. Doctrine shakes. Then, when scattered after hearing about the David Shimakawa, try it. As a result, he died due to it was very trustworthy for the officers and undoubtedly chief designer of Zero passed the pneumatic, found the fighter at a speed of 370. Doctrine is deformed by strong torque. Lean separation, lean designer, go to the place where David Shimakawa. It happens to be I'm reading about David Shimo. Dang Desi fighter jet was designed. Go up and grab his collar. Made him kill Dave. When it comes to did not blame the soul. Instead, like them, pilot who came to test fighter apologizes, and so far, Isaida has also clear up this after a research by Japanese decide principle, thickness, and increased lead. Finally, weight. Solved this. The question is in the peaceful bat. Flying makeshift fighter jets again. After rushing into the blue sky and fighting north from South Island, West Tire, East to spiritual pose, the figure 20mm gun equipped with. In the face of the U.S. military, it is necessary. Powerless. Cannonballs hit like IC-17 formed up. It's really hard to intercept. Not zero. Low firepower and impact and go out and place and lens. And it is base mountain grade. An air battle in December 1940. Documenting Bing Shan withdrawn the need to the wreckage of and conducted actual combat tests. Take the driver's life safety bullet varies. Hit the cab and left only some marks. And the Japanese Zero fighter, the life of the driver. Seen Asa, June 5th. Japanese aircraft carrier Jia Kanglong Filong Army. This naval battle led to Air Force lost most of its power. So far, the Japanese Army. The sluggish situation is at a meeting of the headquarters of for the safety of the driver. Many generals don't pay it. If the cockpit defense is number, what they care about is the attack and range attack is the best defense. Mizushima to conduct advance back. He went back to Mitsubishi aircraft manufacturer. Here he meets a girl named. During this time, the two fell. Mizushima also carries a mirror and to see how the plane took off. The pilot in the air is American caught by Japanese. But I can't find a solution. Until suddenly God got the perfect solution. Japanese, this Lingshi fighter jet pilot engine failure occurred during had to make from September 20th to October 5th. The US military conducted Lingshi fighter flight tests, makes the US obtained first-hand information on the most after the US military conducted came to the cockpit defense of the Zero is as long as the driver is hit, it is undoubtedly second. Zero has excellent climb rate and turning rate, can easily surpass F4F Wildcat and 4 at low. With both planes and fighting is equivalent. After finding the fatal flaw in the snack plane, the US military began to take advantage of multiple to attack the Zero Owl fighter jet. Began a long and arduous war of air. April 18th, the United Army to save Landslide 56. He is played by the old. In just a few appearances, he is full. On this day, Yamamoto 56, he disobeyed the advice of the commander to lead 6 escorts, headed to the front, but the news was cracked by the US military because it was orchestrated by the US. Yamamoto 56. His seat was also. In the end, only the escort among them is then the industrial captain and ordered to attack 4 days. Every day, it's like choosing a purpose. 2 air crews on a mobile force that joins forces. And after the bomber, fighters to continue shortly after the Japanese bomb. It was intercepted by a US aircraft time fighter, still exerting his superiority. Down, a Japanese bomber was hit. In the end, it died with the now the Japanese army constantly being destroyed by. After this, Bing Shan was lucky enough to survive Icefields aircraft engine, and there are no prep machines to use as ice. When I learned that the plane was not in, he notified in a Mizushima. The current missions are all self-exhausting, so he didn't want him to take the risk. But as a pilot, it was his responsibility to so he ignored. Return, he just took off, and the US bomber bombed the air base. Mizushima sees the time bomb that he risked his life, promised a bomb on a plane. In the end, he was serious. He was then sent back to the mainland in the hospital with a pineapple in hand to visit. After being discharged, he became a probationary. From this, the consumption of Japanese being the days of assassination at the bow. The US military also gave up its attack. Temporary fighter jets encountered the new fighter jets. Only an old too often. How? He was hit by a fighter jet behind him. The cabin caught fire and jumped out of the plane but never fly makeshift. So he went back to his hometown. I saw my long lost. Can grandma's words come back next time? Yes. What? You may still be alive, but no one knows today. In order to be able to get, he went to the hospital to have surgery on it. Mizushima still advises him there. Don't fly. Next time you go up to fight, it's better to listen to B, an aviator who wants to give their girlfriend a mirror and fill. Let him take good care. But the mirror only has US military's joint land and sea operations. Combined, almost the entire army was Japan's demise imminent after the Philippines. The beginning of Japan extends suicide attacks to the entire. Eventually developed the car water leftover snack 250 kilos from physical examination. And after the body, I got my wish and got on. He told Mizushima that the scenery is. You are the. Ask him to cherish this hard-won relationship and fly the plane. Every time a plane, he'll have a big smile on his face. Blue sky. In the end, he ignored, still fighting the enemy in the air with. Just as he was delighted after taking down an enemy plane appeared behind him with 70 documenting Japanese Navy ace pilot Mountain Grange, the prototype played by Yubing. Posthumous. Here, the video is all passion burns to snack. It was invested and produced by Toho Company in 19. There is a legend, a war film directed by total million yen, of which 70 million yen for a complete restoration. Temporary fighter jets from the rest Japanese war movie like this, trying to put the blurred with the UK or in a special way, divert the audience. The so-called burn refers to the protagonist's friend burned the last opportunity to mourn the. For Pacific War fan, you might as well take a look. That's it for. Thank you all for watching and see you next time.